Welcome to the post-game press conference. We are here at Barangay Ginebra, head coach Tinto. Coach, after everything you've been through this conference, you still won the championship. Your thoughts?
Well, yeah, it was, I'll take this off. Yeah, it's a little bit shocking at this point for us because we were so far down at one point. I mean, we had really reached the bottom of the barrel, and there was a point where I didn't think we were going to emerge and make a statement this conference. But again, we have a very veteran team. We have great veteran leadership, and the leadership really stepped up. I remember them talking about it, and then we would start practicing, and the guys just, the leaders actually lifted the level of their play in practice, and everybody started to follow, and suddenly we're playing better basketball, and it led to this point and to this championship. So, got to give credit to the leadership on the team. You know, again, we've been through these things for the last 2 or 3 years, 4 years now, I guess, because of the pandemic. So these guys know how to pull themselves out. Even today, I felt in the game today, we did not play well in the first half. We struggled, but they kept finding ways to stay in the game, and I kept looking up at the score. I remember this so vividly. I kept looking up at the score and thinking that I thought we'd be down 9 or 11 points. And when I look at the score, we're only down 1 or only down 3. And it surprised me because it felt like they were just really outplaying us. And at halftime, we talked about how the way we were playing was not sustainable. We had to change that. They were beating us on the boards. They were beating us to lose balls. They were beating us in transition. They were getting more penetration. But slowly but surely, we started to turn that around, and then we went on that little mini run, and that kind of changed the complexion of the game. And then we just started making one big stop after another, and scoring on the other side. So yeah, am I shocked? Yes, I am shocked that we are here. But NSD, we're a team that doesn't quit. We have that legacy, and it's always an honor and a curse to try to live up to that all the time, because it's really hard to live up to. But these guys have been finding ways to do that. But it's just, and I think if this had happened to us in the bubble, where we had that bad start or that bad middle, we wouldn't have been able to overcome. But, when we started playing basketball, the fans started playing better basketball, the fans started going crazy, and that just lifted us up and kept us moving forward. So, without the fans, I don't think we would have been able to make this comeback into this conference and do well in the playoffs, especially in the quarterfinals. To me, the key was really the quarterfinals. Overcoming that gave us the confidence to get to where we are now.
Coach, for the nth time, LA delivered in a close-out team, scoring 30 points. Your thoughts?
That's LA. I've been saying it for he has his moments where he has his moments where he's not playing great basketball, but all of a sudden when it really needs to, like he was a little bit up and down in this series, but whenever we really needed him to step up, he stepped up. And again, I use the comparison of Jojo Lastimosa. He was the same type of guy. Jojo could struggle through a game or struggle through a series, but when you needed him most to step up, especially in that fourth quarter, he hit big shots. And that's what LA does for us. He makes big plays. He makes big shots. And he took over the game in that fourth quarter. He really, truly did. And he's a kid who loves to win and knows how to win. He's taught himself how to win over the years. And he's our captain. He and Joe DeVance are our two captains, and he lives up to it all the time. When I was talking about our leaders earlier, he's primarily our leader. He was the guy that was talking and getting us going again.
Hey, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. You mentioned a while ago that was really the turning point. But from a tactical standpoint, did you guys tweak anything, change anything in your approach to the game?
We did a little bit. That's a good question. We did a little bit. We made a decision when we came back from the break, the pandemic break, where we had to stop and come back. When we came back, we made a decision that we would put the ball in Scottie's hands more often and move LA off the ball a little bit more to save his legs. And that's kind of when Scottie struggled with it for a couple of games, but after a while he started to really get it, and that's when Scottie's game elevated to a whole new level. And he got opportunity to really control and run the team. And so I thought that was one of the biggest things we did. The other thing, it wasn't really tactical, it was just that Justin got in shape. You know, Justin got his rhythm, got his shape. Right about the start of the quarterfinals, or maybe the game or two before the quarterfinals, his game started to elevate. And as his game elevated, we all elevated. And elevated right through the quarters, and of course, what he did here in the semis and the finals. So that was also a huge key. I know people were kind of wondering why Justin was struggling early in the conference, but bottom line is he hadn't played in 2 years. You know, he came in and he hadn't really been in great shape yet, and it took him a while. It took him about a month before he started to get going again. And actually, that little break in the pandemic probably helped us because he was able to work on his body and do some things to get ready for the rest of the conference.
Coach, about Scottie winning the finals MVP?
Well, I mean, is there a player who's more deserving? I mean, all the things he does for us, defensively, offensively, on the boards. I mean, again, I have so much history. I got 30 years, so I'm into comparisons. And again, it's very similar to what Johnny Albanentos used to do for us. I mean, he played great defense. He used to rebound great for a guard, and he was such a great controller of the game. And he never got tired, and he always hustled, never got tired. And that was Johnny's big thing. He never got tired. And we used to do these when I was a younger coach, I used to make our guys do really, really hard drills. And Johnny would do the hard drill and then look at me and smile while he was doing it and laugh. And everybody else was dying, but Johnny wasn't. Scottie never gets tired. Oh. I won't say it. Gagu. I didn't say it. He's so funny. Oh, he cracks me up. Anyway, where was I? Oh, anyway, so Scottie never gets tired either. I mean, we played him 47 minutes and something like 35 seconds in one game. I couldn't take him off the floor, so he never gets tired. Speaking of the devil, here he is. Let me see
Coach Tim.
You're not wet?
Already. Already dry, Coach.
Yes.
Just quickly, before we load all questions on Scottie. Coach, after that tumultuous classification phase where you suffered, losing streaks and all, with Stanley not being around and Jacket getting hurt later in the playoffs, and now you're Ginebra playing with endgame boys midway through the championship series. Was there at all doubt within you that you were going to prevail?
Oh, yeah, I mean, as a coach, I think you have all kinds of doubts that happen all the time. And I think one of the things that I personally have battled through the years is the difference between negative anticipation and positive anticipation. I've always been a negative anticipation person, and as I've gotten older, I've kind of flipped that to a positive anticipation. So before I used to think everything was going to go wrong, and now I'm trying to think that, if I let it go, that things will go right. I just got to trust my guys. And that's one of my mantras is, day in the game, I tell myself, trust my guys, because they'll find a way, trust my guys. And so yeah, we had doubts all the way through, especially getting by Talk and Text. That was probably the biggest doubt. And then Then we ran into Yangao, and you never want to face a Yangao team in a playoffs, and then here in the finals. But I think I told Scottie and the guys at one point that, and when I was with Alaska, again, I'm comparing again, when I was with Alaska, we lost Bone Hawkins to ACL injury. And I mentioned it to them that this is the same thing that happened with Stanley. We lost Stanley, and we had to find a way. Everybody had to step up and try to find a way to make up for Stanley, and we did with Bone Hawkins. And we had input. We had Devin Davis at that time. And of course, this time we had Justin Brownlee. So we were able to win that championship without Bone Hawkins. And that was probably one of our most spectacular championships, although no one ever remembers it, because we were shorthanded and found a way to win it. And it's just so similar to what's happened here, being shorthanded and finding a way to win. But let me just say, I'm sorry, Scottie, but the difference, I'm apologizing to you, but the difference between us and Moralco over the last 4 years, the difference between me and Norman over the last 4 years in winning these championships, honestly, is that we have Justin Brownlee, and Norman doesn't. That's the bottom line. Sorry, Scottie.
Yeah,
But it's true.
That's
I mean,
true.
if Justin was on the other side of the floor, we were playing against, I think we'd have a really hard time, Scottie. But we've been blessed to have Justin all this time, and that's been the difference for us. And so it's like I said, he's special. I think like I've been saying, he's not going to be around forever, so you better come to this Coliseum and watch him play, because he's not going to be around forever. He's special. Billy Ray Bates special.
Ako yung sabi sa itong award mo, knowing na namin mo yung pinagdaanan, like nung babol, parang hindi ka nakapag-ulit na conference. Tapos ito, parang umakyat pa yung level of game na nasabi sa award mo.
Sobrang special, especially wala akong masabi, talang truly blessed, honored mga dito sa PBA and of course sa Ginebra. Wala akong masabi, talagang blessed and thankful sa trust ng mga coaching staff, especially coach team. Hinahayaan nila kaming maglaro sa strength namin, and they find way na maglaro kami sa strength namin. So I think yun yung pinaka-advantage namin sa mga coaches namin, and yun nga, sa trust, sobrang daming injury, pero yung mentality sa team, next man up. So yun yung mantra namin, especially may mga nag-step up dami, and turning point din talaga yung presence ni Japet sa amin. Yung pagbalik niya, talagang nadagdagan kami ng rim protector. So it's a total team effort for us.
I think kanina ng third quarter, habang nasa free throw after nagkaroon ng MVP chance, habang ginagawa, talagang yung feeling.
Kinakabahan nga ako dun eh. Sabi ko baka mag-miss yung free throw ko, nag-miss nga kasi. Tapos, yun lang, syempre, nakafocus pa rin ako sa game. Talagang yung mga fans, yung supporta nila, thankful kami, sila talaga yung 6 months, sila talaga yung dahilan na nakuha namin to. But, tinatry ko i-focus yung sarili ko sa game, and thank God, nakuha namin yung championship na to.
Usapan namin kasi na parang ikaw na yung parang face ng Ginebra after Mark mo. So, anong reaction mo na? Mukhang mas iingay pa yung because of this finals MVP.
Siguro, hindi mo mapapalitan yung Mark Kagiway. Talagang blessed na ako na napag-usapan na gano'n, pero sobrang layo pa. Layo ko pa yung career ko, parang nag-start pa lang. So basta blessed lang ako, thankful ako sa mga ganong opportunity na nagkaroon ng happy na ako doon. Bitin ako sa celebration
Scottie, anong tingin mo kunwari, may chance ka manalo ng MVP, napag-award, pero nandun yung pangalan mo sa taas. Ano magiging pakalamdam mo kung magkatutuloy?
Yun nga, sobrang blessed pag nagkataon, pero hayaan ko na yung tadhana na magbigay sa akin ng si Lord. So, kung mangyari o kung hindi, okay lang. Yung focus talaga, yung main goal is to win another championship. Sarap manalo ng championship eh. So, more than the special award. So, yun talaga yung nakaka-addict. Pag nung nakakuha ko ng championship, ito sobrang nakaka-addict. Wala akong main focus kaya nakatulog sa team, yung championship. So, pag nabigay, thank God. Pero marami deserving.
Scottie, nabanggit mo nga na nakaka-addict na manalo ang anim na championship sa kayo. Parang kayo na yung dynasty ngayon. For sure, yung mga teams, parang kayo na yung inahanap. So, paano nyo i-face yung challenge ngayon?
Tignan namin. Sila, coach team na bahala nun. So, kami as a player, nagawin lang namin yung best namin, yung mga system nila coach. Yun lang din kami mag-live up. And syempre, iba pa rin yung iba rin yung all Filipino. Wala na kaming Justin Brownlee nun. So, talaga, I think para sa amin, team effort pa rin. Sana yung mga ganong pagkakataon na is maano namin. Yung NSD spirit na yung may bigay namin every game. So, ayun, dami pa rin teams na malalakas, di ba? Especially sa all Filipino, even lahat. So, talagang grind lahat ng bawat laro. So,
Scottie, yung dalawa rin yung finals ng team mo. So, mas masarap? Siyempre, siguro baka isa itong pagulin.
Parang masarap, pero mas masarap nga tumuli kasi throughout ups and down namin, nakuha namin tong championship elimination. Sobrang nag-struggle kami, pero nag-stick kami as a team. Hindi kami nag-hiwalay, hindi kami nagsisihan. So, credit din talaga sa mga coaching staff for getting us together. Even, yun nga, ups and down kami. So, yun nga, pareho masarap, pero mas masarap to kasi dami namin pinagdaanan. And thankful. Pwede na ako makipag-celebrate. Thank you.
There's still questions. Coach, I think this is your 6th championship with Ginebra. You've won the Governors Cup 4 times. Commissioner's Cup also the All Filipino. I think you're now a dynasty. Of course, other teams will, you're from hunted, from being the hunter, you're now the hunted. How do you face that challenge moving forward?
Well, we have a common thread there. That common thread winning the Commissioner's Cup and the Governor's Cup, there's a common thread. It's Justin Brownlee. So if we can continue to get Justin back and continue to keep him healthy, and I don't see any reason why we can't continue to compete for championships. I think you're just starting to see the start of Scottie's career. I think Scottie's just going to get better from here. Of course, if we can get Stanley back and continue to get the Fountain of Youth for LA, I don't know where he finds it, but he's got some magical place that he goes to and keeps finding the Fountain of Youth. I think he showed Jeff Chan where it was for a while. Jeff Chan was the comeback kid for us. To me, dynasties are winning consecutive championships, not, Governor's Cup. It's really winning multiple championships in a row. So, like the San Miguel team did, in the last few years. And so, I don't know. I hate to think that we think about those things. We don't think about those things. We're just thinking about let's play the next conference. I'd like to see Ginebra win the All Filipino. I think that's the one we all. LA always talks about. We were able to win the bubble, and that was nice. The first bubble, and it was like the All Filipino. But we'd like to win the All Filipino in front of our fans. That's for sure. That's the big crown at this point.
Your reaction to talks that Scottie is in contention for an MVP with his performance in this Governors Cup?
Well, I think he's going to be hard to deny. You know, there's a lot of, we know there's a lot of deserving guys out there, and but this is the one, I think Scottie's freshest in our minds right now, and you know, he has been beyond spectacular, and that's what MVPs do. And again, I just, to me, he has been so valuable for us because of all the things that he does. And he's just a totally complete player in terms of what he does on the floor and what he does off the floor. I mean, he's a tremendous teammate. He's so easy to coach. He always has been. And you just don't see him off the floor like we do, but or in practice. But he's a great teammate. And so it's, again, he has been so incredibly valuable to us. And I think that's the definition of an MVP, how valuable he is to the team. And his value is unquestioned.
Reaction also to talk that Scottie is the face of Ginebra now, replacing Kagiwa.
Well, I think we all search for that kind of thing, and you know, he's young, and he's just got, you know, he just won the best player of the conference and the MVP of the final. So, yeah, I think he's developing that way, and honestly, I don't think anybody in our team is going to begrudge him that, because again, he's so well liked. He works so hard for the things that he gets, and you know, it was the same with Mark. Mark was such a nice guy, still is a nice guy, and I think his teammates love Mark Aguila, and so they're not going to begrudge him being the face of the team. I think that's very fair to say that about Scottie. I mean, it's a great legacy. I mean, think about it, starting from Jaworski, being the face, and then Kagiwa, and I think, I don't know, maybe Val David or someone like that was for a little bit, but then it went to Mark, and then now it's Scottie. And you know, 5, 6, 8, 10 years from now, there'll be somebody else that we don't know about. It's going to turn out to be the face of Ginebra. But it's a great legacy to follow.